What's going on, Internet? The Black Kai here, aka TBH, and to be honest, I'd like to welcome you guys back to the Game and Illuminaughty podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, asking you to quit playing with your Nintendo Me and listen to episode 123. Now, if you're watching the video version of this show at youtube.com/GI updates, know this show is also available on Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud, Amazon, and all other major podcast platforms if you want to take it on the go. Just make sure to rate the show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We are currently sitting at 1,500 5-star ratings on Spotify. Let's try to get that to like at least 1,800 5-star ratings on Spotify and Apple. Your 5-star rating helps us move up the algorithm. You know what I mean? Algorithm. Anyways, which brings us in new viewers. Now allow me to introduce you to my co-host. The first of which is the reason why we didn't drop an episode last week. He was too busy driving foreigns around the mountains of California. UTX Vacation to Don. Say what up to the people.
What's good? What's good? Fresh off of vacation. Finally got to rest. It's crazy though. I literally like been somewhere like every weekend. It's insane, but did a lot of resting, rode in some luxury cars, drunk a lot of wine, but most importantly, got some rest. So I'm here. We're ready to talk. I'm back to work, baby.
This man really I just got so many stamps with my passport. Like I just been so many places for a week.
That passport. Apparently need a passport to get to to get to Cali.
Well, I mean, there are people out there that do think you need a passport to travel to different states. So
don't live in porches, so I mean, yeah.
Shit, crazy. And my second co-host is GI's resident enemy of the state. He's a game developer. He's not afraid to he's not afraid to travel across all of Detroit for a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Ethos, say what up to the people.
That was such a long time ago, man. You gotta find something new, man. For real. You're running out of introductions.
So what are you doing now? What is it? Chick-fil-A or
no?
You eating churches?
No. Oh man, damn. I don't think I can't remember last time I had a Popeyes.
Yeah, it wasn't that great. It wasn't that great.
No, it's still good. It's still busting. I still stand by it. That shit was still busting.
That shit was overrated. I was so disappointed when I had that. Whatever. What's your opening statement?
It's good to be black.
Yeah. All that shit.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, before we get into the show, friendly reminder: March 2022, free games on PlayStation. You get Ark Survival Evolved, Ghost Runner, Ghost of Tsushima Legends, which is the multiplayer component. Don't get it confused with the single player component. And then Team Sonic Racing, not bad. On Xbox, you get the Flame of the Flood, Portal Royale 3, Sacred 2, Street Power Soccer, and SpongeBob's Truth of Square. I don't want to play any of those. On Amazon, this one actually shocked me when I looked it up. Madden 22, down bad. Woo. Surviving Mars, Steam World Quest, Gigamech, Crypto Against All Odds, Look Inside, Peter Quest, and The Stillness of the Wind. So if you want to play that broken game, Madden 22, you can get it for free on Amazon. And then Epic Games, City Skylines, and In Sound Mind. And before we get into the opening conversation, a couple of delays and new release date updates. For Spoken, the new PlayStation 5 exclusive. I don't know if it's coming to 4, but it's a PlayStation exclusive. That got delayed to October. What's the exact release date?
PC, I think.
October 11th, 2022. They said they wanted to focus on making the game better. It's not where it needs to be, but blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, they pushed it back.
I was surprised.
So, yeah, PC and PS5 for Spoken has been delayed. If you guys don't remember, that's the game with the black chick that's like running around doing all the fucking flipping and dipping and magic and shit. Looks really cool. I don't understand what the game's about, but I like games with like crazy movement, and so like it piqued my interest. I'm looking forward to it. Just hope they clean up that frame rate. That's why I'm not surprised it got delayed. Do y'all care?
I'm not really excited for it. I'm gonna play it because there's a black woman in it. Absolutely, we gotta support our black queens out here. But
I thought you were gonna play it because you barely have anything to play on that PS5 you just bought.
That is true. That too. What's crazy though? I might pick it up on PC.
Fuck it. I wish we would have got Elden Ring on PS5. I got this thing sitting here and supposedly it runs better, but everybody wanted to play it on PC.
I have a PS5 copy of it, so if you want to play it on PS5.
No, I'm not starting over this game. That game's way too grinding. We're gonna get into that.
If I do a second playthrough of it.
Hell no.
Man, Ethos over here pandering. I see you though.
I'm not pandering.
You pander for the black women. It's fine.
Absolutely, black women.
He's absolutely,
I love y'all.
absolutely. I mean, it's fine that it got delayed. It's if it comes out in October. I just want to see, because this is like one of the demo games that they showed for the new Unreal Engine. So that's why I'm really excited for it. I just want to see like what we can really expect with the new Unreal. So.
Fair enough. And then Gotham Knights, it finally got a release date. It got delayed a few months ago, and it was kind of indefinite on when it was going to come out. But they recently revealed on Twitter that it's also coming in October, on October 25th, 2022. A video had actually hit my sub box, not my sub box, but my recommendations, and it was like a super preview of like Gotham Knights. I really like the dude's channel. I wish I could remember the name of it. I put it in the group chat, but like he goes around basically like reading every article, just scouring the internet, trying to find as much obscure information as possible. I wish there was a video like this for Sifu before it came out, so I knew more of what it was. But basically, he was talking about like from different like game developer interviews, how the RPG elements won't matter as much as we think, and that was like my biggest concern with Gotham Knights, because I don't want to play a game where I'm stealthing around Gotham and then you stab him in the back and he doesn't die, kind of how like they did with the Assassin's Creed shit. Like it would get annoying, especially in co-op, especially now that you got that liability of playing with a friend. But I guess one of the developers said in an interview that the game basically scales with you, so it's always like a fair difficulty. The RPG elements won't matter as much as you think. And my counter argument to that is like, if that's really the case, then what's the point of it? Like it's like you can like, and the bosses scale too. It's not just like in the beginning, if you fight Mr. Freeze or whatever, someone who plays him like fights against him late game, like a higher level, Mr. Freeze will be harder. So it's always gonna scale with you. And I'm like, what's the purpose of that? I don't understand. You might as well just
yeah. At this point, I'm like, why don't you just make it just a regular like action Batman game just with co-op then? Yeah, I guess we'll have to see how this plays out once we actually get our hands on it. But if that's true, and you know you can't be overpowered or underpowered, and you know the enemies have light bars, you know, on their heads, then yeah, I definitely don't want to play that. So I guess we'll see. I'll just reserve my judgment until then. But yeah, if everything's going to scale, then that doesn't make sense. It's not like a true RPG then.
We gonna see. All right, opening conversation for episode 123, the biggest game, one of the biggest games of the year. From Software's Elden Ring. It's a brand new IP. From Software are the creators of the Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and Sekiro franchise. This is their latest entry in the From Software arsenal. Big open world game. Has a bunch of different classes. Boss fights, getting your ass beat. There's a story there, but I don't think anybody really cares. It's really just about overcoming the obstacles that are in front of you, finding the latest methods to grind those runes, baby. How we feeling about Elden Ring, Jay?
All right, so I would like to first use our platform to apologize after so many years of shitting on Soulsborne games in the community. You and me, T-Bage, have been making fun of them for the longest, saying that, you know, it's a masochist game. Why does anyone want to play this? But then we both try Sekiro. I mean, you didn't beat it, but, you know, try Sekiro. It's a different type of game, but that kind of had me understand more, like, why people play these type of games. And then Elden Ring came out, and I was like, well, if it's going to be more like Sekiro, then, you know, I'm all for it. But, you know, it's more like a traditional Souls game. It's just open world. And I was like, oh no, like, all right, I have no clue what I'm doing. We have all these classes, and what do I pick? What do I do? And the community has been like super freaking helpful, but there's another side of the community that hates a certain class, and we'll get to that later. But overall, like, I am very, very like surprised at how much I love this game. This game is something that I have not put down since the game came out. I haven't played Horizon since. I haven't played Dying Light 2. I haven't played Sifu. I haven't played anything.
Did you just go on vacation?
Yeah, and I was still thinking
fraud.
About
you did Ring. Put it down.
But I was still, okay, you gotta be a technical. I had to, okay, I had to.
Let me see your trophy.
I went away.
Yeah, trophy.
You can look at my hours, see the bosses I beat, loser.
You can beat a boss.
Yeah, did you beat a bunch? But anywho, yeah, like the entire GI is playing this game, literally. Like everybody is playing. Like except nobody Flock. Played, yeah, except Flock, because Flock is frauding in the chat like he's playing. But yeah,
he's still trying to beat the spider boss from Final Fantasy VII remake demo.
He's still trying
the intro. He's still trying to beat that boss.
He's like, I don't care about the game. I just got the money. but yeah, everybody except for like Ethos and Anon were the only ones who like Souls-born games before this game came out. Like, and then Siggy got 150 hours into the game. Like, this man is jamming the freaking game. Like,
hating the most too. That's the crazy part. He was the first one was like, I don't get it. I don't get this game. I don't get it. He got
right. Yeah, he got upset the first day because he wasn't reading anything, but he quickly got into it. Like, because everybody like in our Discord, we just been sharing things, saying here's where you go to get this. Like, we just been talking back and forth, helping each other be bosses. Like, this game is, I think this, it's super early. We're only in March, and I'm already like ready to call this game, game of the year. Like, it's that good. I didn't realize like how much depth that this game has. Like, you can go through, just the standard, 5 bosses or whatever, but it's so much to freaking explore. It's so much to do. It's so many items that you can get. It's so many ways that you can craft your character. Literally, like, one of the only, downfalls that I have about this game, and, especially the PC version, is when you get to a different part of the map, like, it does stutter a lot, and it's still doing it to this day. So I hope that, that they fix that optimization wise. And then the servers are still, kind of whack. Like, we've been seeing the weird glitches, like with the horses, getting stuck, and people trying to get into your game, but then they lag out, people invading your game and getting lagged out. So those are, some minor things, but still overall that hasn't deterred like the love that I have for this game. Like, I just want to keep playing. Like, we're literally playing right before we started this podcast, and I can't wait to get back going. Like, this game is just that good, and minus the people that hate mages and what we do, because we're playing toddler and we're playing on easy mode. But like,
and what we do, like, it's some type of brotherhood.
Yeah, no.
The brotherhood of magic. All right, Asta, chill out.
We in the clan, bro. We in the clan.
JG's a black bull. Oh shit!
I got the hoods on and everything.
Yeah. No. I got initiated. Into the gang.
They call y'all the Teethering clan of the Teethering.
Yeah, we TRG, baby.
I'm not a part of that clan. I got my own build, bro. I got my own build.
Whatever. I heard you was hating because you didn't want to look up stuff. Yeah, you didn't want to.
Absolutely. I'm not reading shit. I'm playing the fucking game, bro. I do not care. I do not care that much, and I never will care that much.
Whatever.
Also,
you level 90 now, so I ain't trying to hear it.
I just. That's right. I play my games. Thank you for confirming, nigga. What's it? What's it? I disagree. I ain't apologizing to From Software fans. I still think them niggas is weird, bro.
You need to, bro. No, you need to.
No. Let me tell you why. First of all, that would imply I need to apologize for Sekiro as well, because regardless if I beat it or not, I still like the game. Am I supposed to apologize for that too? I don't like Dark Souls, and I probably never will. And I'm gonna tell you why. Elden Ring is not Dark Souls. Yeah, sure, some of the blueprint is there, but with Dark Souls, it's like you have to bash your head against the wall and play the game the way they want you to, and you have to follow a certain path. With this game, half the fun is exploring the world. Like, the level design in this game is amazing. Dark Souls level design did not interest me. This shit, everywhere I go, it all looks different. There's constantly new enemies being introduced with unique character designs that keep you on your toes. There's so many different ways you can play and customize your character. And then once again, if I get stuck, I don't have to sit there and bang my head against the fucking wall. And that's what I hated about Dark Souls. And it forces you to play a specific way. This way, the way, like, I have a mage build, but he's an assassin mage.
Oh,
ironically, I've created the Assassin's Creed game in my own head that Ubisoft won't make. Like, and like, people are like, yo, this is low-key, like, first of all, I'm playing it stealthy. I'm stabbing everybody in the back, at least the minions or whatever. But the difference is, like, I have like a Wolverine claw and like a dagger. So I fight up close too as well. Like, I don't rely on my magic. I got a glass cannon, and my step back game is fucking crazy. So I'm not one of the mages that didn't learn how to play the game. So I'm not in the fucking Brotherhood, bro. It's a little bit more of a balanced build. Well, not really, because it's straight offense. But yeah, that's the main thing that I love about it. I don't got to bang my head against the wall. I can just go explore, see what else is going on in the world, level up, come back when I'm ready. Versus Dark Souls is like, you need to do this now. It's very rigid, and this game is not rigid, and it benefits from it. What about you though, Ethos?
I mean, I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the reason you didn't like Dark Souls and you too, JG, was I thought your main complaint was like there was stamina, and you'd make fun of it saying all you do is dodge. You just roll, hit, roll, hit, roll, hit. Is that like, I mean, it's still there. It's still the same thing, but is that like different because of the open world now?
Yeah,
too?
the stealth mechanics are a little bit more cleaner though in this game compared to the previous.
You couldn't crouch in Dark Souls. You could never crouch. That was something they brought over.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
I've created the Assassin's Creed game in my head that I wanted because like it does work for the most part, like hiding in the bushes and stuff like that, and it's a viable way to play the game. It's not just something that's there.
It's kind of crazy how
you're on point, Ethos. Yeah, I didn't like that, and I also didn't like.
Does the stamina thing bother you anymore now? Like, does it?
No,
I remember that's what you hated. Does it even bother you at this point?
No, not it. No, it really doesn't as much anymore. I think mainly because like I've forced myself to get used to it, and once I got used to it, like I barely even noticed that it's there.
And you can
like the story. Yeah, and you can boost it. Like in the story and the lore, like for the Dark Souls games, I didn't understand what was going on. And you know, granted, I didn't play it, but I'm just watching other people play. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like you're just running around facing these big ass bosses and just dodge rolling. And still like, you know, that's a small complaint of mine, you know, still with this game, because I would rather them, you know, have a deflect system still, because I think that Sekiro like really innovated with that.
I think Sekiro system is still superior. I think even compared to Elden Ring, I think the parry in this game is ass. Like I just do not like it. I'd rather have Sekiro parry system.
I got used to it, but I love the deflect system. But go ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. This is game of the year, like no doubt. I don't think there's anything that could come out this year. If I was I said it jokingly yesterday, but I was telling a friend, I was like, don't be surprised if God of War or some other of these like PlayStation games or whatever else is left for the rest of the year, like in Q4, that like are like high priority if they like push it into 2020, the next, 2023. Jokingly, like I honestly just don't think anything else that comes out this year is going to remotely touch this. I think a lot of people were surprised because I remember how when we were looking back at the Game Awards, like I kept saying like Elden Ring is going to get most anticipated, and it got it 2 years in a row. And people were like, how the fuck is this game getting like this like anticipation award like twice? Like this is insane. Like why is the hype so insane for this game? And now that the game's come out and it's like, I'd say it has surpassed its hype. Like it was hype, don't get me wrong, but like I feel like a lot of people were surprised by how positive it was received. Like people were, I was surprised too. I thought the game was gonna get like, I was like, this game's gonna probably be for me like a 9, maybe an 8. Like, you know, like I think I might like it, but in other areas I don't think. But like to be where we are now, where I'm in the same boat as Siggy, where it was just like I knew I was screwed the moment like I went to sleep and I dreamed about Elden Ring, and I woke up and that was the only thing I was thinking about the next day was I wanted to play Elden Ring, and that kind of cemented for me. I was like, I haven't felt this way about a game in a very long time, where a game just like it's just on the back of my head, like no matter what I'm doing I'm thinking about it, like, oh, I should try this type of shit when I get home, or if I see an article or something like that, like I tag it and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try this or look for this item. I'd say is some people have been trying to like say that it's like what happened to all the open world fatigue, and I think like that's very disingenuous, because the reason why people had open world fatigue was because a lot of open world games had that Ubisoft formula, which we were getting sick and tired of. This game does not have that formula at all. It has a way different style of
also the level design is better. There's a lot to see.
Yeah, and the level design is god tier and stuff like that. So I feel like when you add all these things together, that's why no one is having fatigue playing this, even though it's an open world game. Don't get me wrong, like people are tired of it, but it's because this game mixed up the formula so much. That's what made it refreshing and reinvigorating. So like, I know some people try to dismiss it as, it's just Dark Souls with an open world. Yeah, I mean, you could say that about like every other game. It's just this with something new, but that's like how some of the greatest games are built. They're built off of previous blocks of other successful games or of other successful like mechanics, and then they add their own twist to it. And for Dark Souls, it literally was just open world. And I think what you said, TVH, is really important. I think this is why I think so many people have gotten it that hated Dark Souls or never got into it, is because of that open world aspect, is because they have designed the game in a way where it reduces the stress of the game, because you have so many options. Yeah, there's definitely like skill check blocks where there's like you have to kill this certain boss in order for you to get forward in the story, but like the in between of just running around and just doing whatever you want and not having like Ubisoft level 1,000 like little pings and little quest icons appearing and stuff like that, and it just feeling like this like world where I look somewhere and I just go there and there's actually something there. It's not like I walk somewhere and there's nothing to do. Like I've always found something really cool is like really like stunning. Like I've never played an open world game like this in a long time, where it was just like I just went off the beaten path. I say since Witcher, I haven't done something like this where I just went off somewhere randomly and I was just rewarded with finding cool stuff as a result of doing that. So yeah, up to them. It's my game of the year, no doubt.
You know what? I had this epiphany last night. You know what why I think it overshot the hype and like it's even more hyped. I think the reason is it brought back an element of gaming we haven't seen in a while, and it's mainly because of the internet to blame. Of like, you remember when like we were kids and like I don't know, like with Pokemon Red and Blue, like you remember like Masingo was like a fucking mystery that you had to learn on the playground, and it's like, oh, you had to go here and go up and down the water, like you couldn't just watch a walkthrough. Like it was like a word of mouth type of thing. I think Elden Ring has kind of brought back that
no
word
one knows
of mouth.
how to do it.
Yeah, because the game is so large in scope, you can't just go on YouTube and watch somebody's walkthrough and get the definitive build. There's so much content here. It's brought back that word of mouth element. So I catch myself watching clips on YouTube and Twitch. I'm seeing all these different amazing spells. I'm constantly seeing new content. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know I could do that. It inspires me to want to play the game more, knowing that maybe one day I could find that type of thing. So it's like, I think it's brought back kind of that 90s, early 2000s word of mouth type of vibe. It's brought mystery back to gaming, and a lot of people don't even realize that they missed that because they grew up in the 360 and forward era where the internet was already a thing, and they don't even know. I had tweeted about that. I was like, yo, imagine if like when Trunks pulled up and like somebody had it in the fucking thumbnail that why he was there is because the androids and cells, like it would ruin the fucking show. And I mean, it ruins a lot of shows nowadays with YouTube, these fucking anime YouTubers and TV people. Mystery, too much of something is never a good thing. You need a little bit of mystery, and I think Elden Ring has a lot of mystery to it. And it's like, oh, what's around the corner, bro? I walked in a cave and a big ass polar bear fucking just destroyed me, yo. And the shit was funny at first, and then it's like, all right, let me sit up in the chair and let me start throwing hands. That's the thing too. There's a lot of funny deaths too. Like I feel like that's the thing with Dark Souls had, like that stress, like upsetting thing. It was like a lot of the old school stuff has been like that sort of like anger-inducing death, but this has been like literally just like I'll just be minding my own. It's literally like fuck around and find out simulator, where like you just fuck around, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna see what's over here, and you find out, and it's like usually like something just insane happens out of nowhere. Like the dragon is literally the perfect example of just surprise mechanics, where like it doesn't tell you this is gonna happen. You have no indication this dragon is even gonna appear in this part. You're just minding your own business, just look at what are they doing over? I mean, I saw Chaos, you guys all did the exact same thing. You see these dudes praying at a bonfire, you're like, oh, what's over here? This caught my eye. You walk over there, and next thing you know, this big ass dragon just subverts your entire expectation and turns into a boss fight, which I think is awesome. Yeah, I think the only game that could possibly compete with it for gaming, because I think it is game of the year probably, like it's weird to say that this early, is maybe Starfield, but the thing is we haven't seen any gameplay.
Okay, so this is what I don't understand. I've seen multiple people have this take. How do we know Starfield? And
that's what I'm saying. That's what
how do we know?
We're going off the Bethesda pedigree. Like it's 50-50 and we don't really know. That's the only one I can think of though.
I would say like this Elden Ring feels like Skyrim. I remember when Skyrim first came out. The exact thing you're talking about, that mystery aspect, was how Skyrim felt. There was just so much cool random stuff in Skyrim that people just were discovering in real time and like posting cool little clips on Twitter about it and being like, yo, this game's incredible. It's huge. I've never played an open world game this big before. There's so many, like you can run off. You don't even have to follow the main story. You can run off and go left and go all the way to the left side of the map. Like that type of feeling is the same thing I'm getting here, but it's like Starfield is just like, don't get me wrong, I'm excited because I'm like you. I love space. I love Mass Effect. So I'm definitely excited from that level, like to see what this is. But I just don't even know what this thing is. Like I don't know gameplay wise. Like,
no, I agree.
Is it going to be fought in space?
That's why I said it's 50-50.
Going to be something completely different. Yeah,
you don't really know.
That's why I'm not even gonna like hype myself, because I feel like if I try to hype myself thinking that like Starfield could touch Elden Ring and then we see gameplay of it and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to mentally put myself like, because I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be hard for anything in my opinion to like mentally get there where like I'm as excited for it as I was for Elden Ring. But like, I don't know. I'd rather just like not think that anything else for the rest of the year is going to touch this, and like maybe not for the next couple of years, and then like if something comes out and it does, that will be like amazing to feel, rather than like setting my expectations and being like every game from this point forward needs to follow this formula. And that's kind of like what I did. I remember Anon told this to me. It's kind of the same thing what me and Anon were talking about with Witcher when we played it and we beat it, and we was like, I remember Anon says all the time, he's like, Witcher 3 is game of the year until something else comes out. That drops this for me, in my opinion. And so like I feel like it's the same thing with Elden Ring, where it's just like,
it's a cultural moment.
Yeah, this shit is like really a gaming cultural like milestone. I don't think like, and we won't have something like this, I don't feel, for like another couple of years that like really changes like the I don't know. I just felt like everything just shifted after Elden Ring came out. Like no shade to Horizon. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Horizon did great. It sold a lot. It reviewed well. It's a great game from what I've heard. I haven't played it yet, but I'm willing to give people that. I believe them when they tell me that. But at the end of the day, it's like this game just like out of nowhere just dropped and just bam, just became the center of like attention like immediately. And it's still doing that like 2 weeks later, probably for a whole month. It's still going to be the center of attention. And I think that's like the thing when we talk about like game of the year. We get concerned about games that come out like this early in the year, and you think like, oh, probably by like fall people will forget about it. But I don't know. I feel like this is a game that like people are never gonna forget about this. Kind of like how people still talk about like Breath of the Wild and Witcher, whatever.
I don't know what they did compared to like the Dark Souls series, but for some reason, like even though there's moments where I've gotten stuck and like a little frustrated, there was never a moment where I wanted to quit. Like I never felt like I got cheated by any boss
I gotta
fights.
get back to it.
Like when I first pulled up on Godric and Margit or whatever, like I was like, once I calmed down and got over the fact of how big they were, their patterns were very easy to pick up.
Yes,
I was honestly struggling with them because I was under leveled. I just wasn't doing a lot of damage. But and that goes for like all the mini bosses too. Like once I calmed down, like I never felt like I was getting cheated in this game. It was just like, all right, I actually felt like let me just get good basically and fucking relax.
That's it for you though, T-Base.
That's
like
get good.
This is the formula. Yeah,
you understand what get good is. That is what get good is. That's when they tell you that shit that irritates people. Like that is what you're describing. That is what they mean. Getting good is like calming down and starting to like get into a flow where you feel like I describe it like what is it? Ultra Instinct Goku. And all of a sudden, like everything to you, like I can't describe. Like I did it in Sekiro too. Like it happened.
I felt the same way as Sekiro though. I just never felt that way with Dark Souls. I think it's because you get more tools. That's one of the reasons that's one of the reasons I like Sekiro too. It was the verticality, the speed, the countering system. You had more tools, and it's like, all right, this shit is my fault basically.
Yeah, like Sekiro gives you this tool box and it says, hey, use these tools to figure out like the best way to become this like master shinobi. And this game is just like, it's similar to Dark Souls, but I feel like same thing, like has magic, has leveling up and stuff like that. But I think it's just like the pacing by which you like go and you fight a boss on your own terms. Like when you get into the arena, like you're fighting the boss's battle. Like you're not playing your own game, you're playing the boss's game. But like the way, like the time at which you approach him, you're like, okay, I feel comfortable, I feel like safe and good, and I feel confident enough I can beat him now. That's like your own decision. And then I think that's like the difference now, like between Elden Ring, that is like what you said, like I can walk away. I don't have to stare at like Margit if I'm getting my butt beat by him 20 times. Like I can walk off. I can go to like 3 different regions before I have to. Like eventually you have to beat him, but like, you know, there's other things that can calm me down, or I describe it as which is genius, the mini bosses that you're talking about, right? Like you notice like in the base area, right, you fight a bunch of those bosses in the caves and they're pretty easy. Like at first, like you'll be freaking out initially, but you'll beat them probably second time like really fast. And those are those like little confident boosters. And if you actually, I highly recommend it. It's just like my dev brain working. If you go to Margit and even Godric and you go to some of the early bosses, like look at their attack patterns, you might notice they're sharing the exact same attack patterns. Like the game is actually like subconsciously, like you're subconsciously learning their attack pattern before you go against the actual boss the first time. And I've noticed this throughout Elden Ring, is like there's multiple times where I'll go up against a boss the first time that I've never seen before. This is like 50 hours in, and somehow I still can predict his attack patterns for the most part because I'm seeing similar like patterns. And I think this has to do with like there's like 80 bosses in the game, so of course they're reusing certain things. But like that little like get good pattern is like now like fully working in my brain, and now I can like kind of predict how they're gonna move and stuff like that. That's how you know, like you understand how the game works and you're good at it. So
it also turns into like muscle memory. Then at that point, you're like, all right, like I've seen this before. I know exactly when to dodge, when to attack. Like that's how it is. Yeah, it's just pattern repetition.
That delay shit too, like you know how like Godric does that shit, right? That's the thing that you run
just
into.
Holds
like,
and
you think Margit is like he's more fast paced, so then you're like, oh yeah, just gonna spam the dodge button. Then you go against Godric, and Godric like purposely delays his attacks before he slams on you, and that teaches you like I can't just spam the dodge button. I have to be like actually thoughtful about when's the right time to dodge. And
I'm not gonna lie, man. I still panic roll because I be scared of shit, bro.
I be
getting jump scared, bro.
Look,
like this game is full of jump scares, dog.
One time the boss does a combo to me that I didn't predict it. Don't know. I just spammed the dodge button.
I'm like, oh my god!
I actually don't panic roll that much because I don't use a shield. I have to be like I have to roll good. Like, and I figured out pretty quickly.
You don't have to panic roll. You just hold the shield up, and usually you can like, okay, I'll survive this. Like you'll take.
I figured out a lot of the bosses they do a lot of fakes and like once you understand that, just
yeah.
fucking relax and then roll, and you'll beat them pretty easily.
Yeah. Also, big bosses just run into their legs. It's
true.
Yeah, this is true.
The formula has always been for me for all these games is if I go into a room and I fight a boss, the bigger the boss, the easier it usually is. If it's a massive boss, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be easy. Then if I see like a humanoid boss that's like my height, I'm like, oh shit, this motherfucker's gonna beat my ass. And
right? Yeah, he's your level, so yeah, you gotta fight him straight up.
Like,
but going back to what you said though, Ethos, and you TBH about Starfield, I think that your philosophy, Ethos, is probably like, I think that's the best way to go through like what your expectations are going to be for Starfield or any other game that might come out this year. Like, you know what Elden Ring is now, you know that you love it, you know that it's, you know, everybody else loves it, like it's one of the most hyped games out right now. Everybody's playing it, even people that have never played a Dark Souls game before. So obviously, like they've done something good. Like they pretty much done the impossible, because like so many people jumped into this game, you know, after seeing other people play. They're like, wait, you know, this is a Souls game? Like, I didn't know it was going to be open world. I didn't know this was going to be in here. I didn't know that was going to be in here. I didn't know you can build a character like that. Like, it's so many things in this game that have just, you know, sparked people's interest, and they're all playing it now. So like everybody loves it now, and it's going to be extremely tough for any game to compete this year. But, you know, it's a possibility that, you know, Starfield, if it does come out this year, or another game, you know, might be able to compete. But I think like it's just best to just, you know, just quell your interest, just quell your hype for any other game that possibly might, you know, trump this game. And then I think you'll go into, you know, playing another game after, you know, the hype dies down for Elden Ring with the, you know, I would say like a fresher state of mind.
It goes back to the word of mouth thing too. Like when I was streaming the game, the way my brain works is like, I guess because I don't know, I like to just do wild shit. I'm gonna run a knife and I'm gonna run a fucking magic staff. I'm gonna be a mage assassin. Literally everybody in the chat was like, yo, I haven't seen a build like this. This shit is wild. You have no fucking defense. That's right, bitch. I'm dodging, bro. I'm playing a loose cannon. Ezio. So, and people, yeah, I'm playing magical Ezio. But like people like enjoyed watching it because they're like, yo, I haven't seen. People are like, yo, what do you call this build? I'm like, are y'all serious right now? Like, what do I call this? Like, I don't know. It's me, nigga. What the fuck? Like, so like just having so many different ways to play the game, and like people saying there's no two ways to play it exactly alike. That's really dope. And then let's go back to the war against mages, Jay. How are we feeling about that? There's a certain segment of the community, and they seem to be coming at your head. They claim they're trolls or whatever. They're mad at you because you're one-shotting bosses. How do you feel about that?
So I want to preface this by saying, like, I didn't even know that mages were in this game, because like I said, I watched a couple of people play Dark Souls, but I've never gotten into like, you know, the lore of Dark Souls. I didn't know that you can build different types of characters, you know, as far as like your you know, stats and how you want to build them and stuff. So I didn't know anything about that, but I was like, you know what, like, okay, I see this class here, this looks like a mage, all right, let me go ahead and choose it. Like, it just like not watching anybody else even start Elden Ring, I was like, okay, let me pick this. And I was like, yo, like, it's some dope ass spells in this game. I was like, so all right, I'm just gonna beam everybody. And all of a sudden I found out very quickly that, you know, the Dark Souls purists, as we call them, they don't like mages because they feel like it's easy mode. You just hang back, you know, spam your spells and you win, you know, press one button and win. So I was like, you know what, I'm about to troll them back. I'm about to show them every boss that y'all took 3 hours, 5 hours against, and I'm gonna show you just using one button. I'm gonna use this rock sling and I'm gonna win. They got mad, so they really fell for the bait. It's hilarious. But yeah, I found out that, like, you know, there's a small community. It's not really a large one, but it is a small community of Dark Souls purists. Like, this is not how you play the game. You gotta, you know, you gotta run up on her with the sword or whatever, you know, melee weapon, and that's how, you know, you gotta basically take your lumps like everybody else. And I'm like, well, I am, because I'm a freaking glass cannon. Do you see my health bar? I have no health bar. I get one-shotted almost every time. At least you can take a few more hits than I can. Like, all right, it's just a different way to play. And, you know, it's all in fun. Like, I don't really care, but I just find it hilarious how, like, you know, some of those people, they just like, I just don't like mages, and it's freaking easy mode. But I'm like, do you see these spells that we can do? Like, if you get somebody in co-op, like, they can help you out. So I don't know why you complain, and make another build, but you can make a mage build too, just like me.
Yeah, I'd actually argue those people aren't even, like, I would even argue those people are not Dark Souls purists. I would say they don't even understand Dark Souls, because Dark Souls from the very beginning has always been about playstyle experimentation. The only difference has been this time is mages usually have been mid, through the original Dark Souls games, and now that they've been given this huge buff and huge plethora of like spells and capabilities that basically Melee has had for a long time, now like I guess a certain sect is acting like it's crazy, but like Dark Souls has always been about like funny ways of exploiting bosses and doing stupid stuff. Like people run around literally like butt naked or doing some stupid build where they can one-shot bosses with like a big hammer. Like it's the same thing, it's just a different style of doing it. So like I don't know, that's like goes against the entire like DNA of Dark Souls, is to get mad because people found a cool like, you know, play style or something like that to like beat bosses with. I just don't get it. And this is coming from a dude that was running around with a samurai sword doing katana build. I mean, granted, I'm a hybrid now, you know, I'm out here with, you know, my little with my Virgil build, you know.
I wouldn't by any means necessary. When I was in the forest and I fought one of them big ass bears, I ran down into one of those fucking caves or whatever, and then like I stayed at he got stuck at the entrance. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna beat you. Fuck you.
Ain't no shame, bro.
Ain't no shame about it. Look, Dark Souls has always been about you beat a boss by any means necessary. It has never been about you gotta honor. There's no honor in Dark Souls. There's no honor code. You just beat the shit out of whatever you can, whatever tools you can do it, however ways you can manipulate the game to do it, you do it. That's what's always made Dark Souls fun. Like it's never been about that other stuff. So, which is also the other thing is people complaining and asking for an easy mode. I'm like, if you played the game, there is like 5 different ways this game is like stupid easy. You could be a mage, like a hardcore mage, and like easy mode a lot of the early game content. You could co-op the game, which makes the game, you know, actually have a partner to help you out. Like there's so many ways in this game, like Elden Ring. I actually argue and say Elden Ring's not that difficult. Yeah, there's and summons too, spirit summons. There's more than enough tools, and like what you said, there's a tool for everything. So if you want an easy mode, just Google what they are. There's tools in the game that help you make the game easy. There's literally a spirit in the game that literally is a mimic of you. You can summon yourself. If you don't trust him, you can trust yourself. You can summon your own self to help you fight. That's insane. That's never been offered.
Pull a Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is though. It literally is.
If I can't trust nobody, I can trust myself. Can I get an amen?
I was just about to mention that ethos. Like, we're back to this conversation.
Yeah, the Sekiro argument.
Sekiro, yeah. And then we're screaming about that because it's a new age now. People weren't really saying that with Dark Souls, but now Sekiro came out, more people started playing it. They're like, well, I want an easy mode because I want it to be accessible.
Yeah, but Sekiro's different because it's like, there's no co-op. You can't get somebody to help you. Like, you're by yourself, but there were tools available that you could like get. Like, you'd have to get really good at that game because there's nothing to help you. But like this game is just like, there's no need of a difficulty mode. There's literally so many different options, and like just in general, like what you said, the community. There's so many people in the community that just literally will help you. Like this game hasn't even been toxic from a like co-op standpoint. I've literally been invaded like 5 times, and half of those invades, the actual invader actually helped me. Like he either like turned around. Yeah, the invader. One time I was playing with who was it? Siggy, and we were running through, and an invader showed up, and he just waved at us and said hi, and I was like, Siggy, I don't think he's gonna attack us, man. And Siggy's like, oh no, man. He had his like sword ready to use magic. I was like, oh, he couldn't betray us. And I was like, no. We ran around the whole map with this invader. He showed us where things were. He then at the end where we couldn't move forward, this man turned his back to us and said, please backstab me. And we stabbed him and got ruined. I was wow. This is such a nice person and stuff like that.
Fine.
We fought Putin another time too. Like it was crazy.
Once again, you're proving my point of what makes this game great is the word of mouth. You just told a story of something that probably will never happen to me. And like, unfortunate reality is you cannot get that from Horizon Forbidden West. Like, it's a great game. I really did enjoy it, but like if I had to tier the games right now, it'd probably be 3rd best game of the year. Number 2 would probably be Sifu, because some of what we're talking about is in Sifu as well, just on a smaller scale. But yeah, you can't get that like that unique experience, those stories you can share with your friends. It inspires people to want to play the game. I'm still not gonna apologize to From Software fans. Fuck y'all. I like this game. I like Sekiro. I don't like Dark Souls. Nope.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine to apologize or not apologize, because I'm not gonna lie, some of them are straight up dickheads. Like I would not, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like there isn't a part of their community that's straight up just a bunch of like ass wipes that have no lives whatsoever, and they take this game as their identity, like of who they are as a person, and they act like this is what it's like. They think it's a personality trait to be good at Dark Souls, which is insane to me. Like that's hella loser energy. Like,
I won't apologize, but I'll go as far as to say Sekiro was like, I liked it, and it kind of was like, all right, I'm paying attention to what they're doing a little bit. Elden Ring turned me into a fan.
You don't even have to say that. I think From Software got into its bag and started to craft itself to make its magnum opus, which I think is Elden Ring. I think that like it's okay not to like some of the original Dark Souls because it could have been like, you know, they were still figuring things out, right? Because if you really look at it, a lot of the pros or a lot of the old school, like not even old school, a lot of the people who played a lot of the Dark Souls games that they play Elden Ring, one of the things they will tell you straight up is like all they did was they took like everything, like even boss ideas, they took everything the best of like Dark Souls and Sekiro and Bloodborne, and they put them all into one game and made it open world. Like there's so many mechanics.
I remember the menu like being so clunky in Dark Souls. I hated that shit, bro.
Yeah, it's still the same. Like Elden Ring uses a similar system. Like it's barely.
It's a little bit cleaner, but like it was unbearable for me in them games.
Yeah, and this is just like those little ways. I think, and this is the thing, like I love Elden Ring. Like I think it's a masterpiece from what I played so far. Like I'm willing to just say, yeah, this is straight up a masterpiece. But like, there's definitely like I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, the game is above reproach and there's nothing like you can like criticize it for. Like there's definitely areas where I think like the user experience and like just UI wise, I think can get improved. And I think if they just make those improvements, I think the game will just be even better. I don't know why people would be mad about like them just making the game even better.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The one thing I don't like about the UI in Elden Ring is why the fuck do I have to press start, go into the settings, and then go all the way to the side to quit the game? Like I just figured out how to quit the game last night.
Oh my god!
I've been alt tabbing out, bro. I've been alt tabbing out.
Siggy spent 50 hours. Siggy was 50 hours into the game before he realized he was like, I have to go to bonfires to save. And then me and Steve were like, what? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, you just have to start, but if you quit, it auto saves. You don't even have to like do any of that. So he was like, oh crap, my bad. So then he didn't realize he never needed to like actually he never had to actually go to a bonfire. You just hit exit and it saves your character right there in that spot. It doesn't like send you to a bonfire. He thought he actually had to go to bonfires as an actual save point, which is insane.
Also, the optimization on this game in both versions, the PS5 reportedly runs better, but still have issues. Yeah, they both still have issues. Like I gotta knock a little bit on that.
Yeah, the consoles can't hit 60 FPS consistently, even in performance mode. The PC like can hit 60 FPS, but we have the stutter issues. No version is good. Like all of them have issues, and I think that's more than fair to criticize the game about it and just be better. It is a testament to how good the game is that even with these issues, people still love it to death and still think it's fantastic. I think that's a testament to how quality it is. But yeah, I think it's more than fair to be like, yeah, no, they got to clean up the performance of the game.
The game is so good that
you really
it's I was gonna say it's causing drama within the gaming community. So a meme was being passed around on Reddit of basically what Elden Ring would be like if Ubisoft made it, and basically somebody put a bunch of icons all over the screen of an Elden screen screenshot, and it went viral. That shit was funny. I'm not gonna lie, like that shit was funny. But one of the developers from Ubisoft saw it and they got upset and they started throwing shade at Elden Ring. Instead of just making better games. What is his name? Ahmad Salma. He said the fact that Elden Ring scored a 97 Metacritic is proof that reviewers don't give a flaming poop about gaming UI. My life is a lie. And then he also said people don't care about quest design. I'm like, what? Have you played Assassin's Creed, bro? Climb the fucking tower every goddamn. What are you talking about? Quest design and shit. What are you talking about, dude? And UI, I think that's funny. So everybody's salty that their games are not getting an attention. Instead, they're pumping NFTs into their games or whatever. I found that to be funny instead of just making them. And I seen also one of the developers was like, it was another developer, not this dude. But he was like, do people who play Elden Ring making all these Ubisoft jokes, do they know you can go into the settings for years and you can turn off all the buttons that appear on the screen in the UI? And that's true, but my counter to that is you got to understand like really customers and people will find any reason not, well, that too, but people will find any reason not to support you if you make it more difficult to play your game. You mean I got to go in the settings and do that? The average person is not going to do that. They're going to come home from work, they just want to play whatever game it is,
default,
whatever the default setting is, bro. Like, look at me, I have never changed the fucking FOV on a fucking shooter, bro. People come in my chat all the time.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. I got more wins than you on Apex. Fuck your FOV, bro. I'm not doing it.
And they do the complete polar opposite. I push my FOV to the max and they're like, what the hell is wrong with your screen?
People don't play
this looks weird.
This shit looks weird. Yeah, people play however they want.
But yeah, as a developer though, Ethos, how do you feel about the engine being reused and the UI basically being the same from From Software? Do you think that they should finally, start to upgrade it or go with a different engine for their future games?
Don't fix what isn't broken. That is the number one thing that you're taught as a developer. You waste time and resources resources if you are busy. Like, you don't make a game if you're busy trying to like build the back end and build a new engine and all that sort of stuff. So I mean, like, if the engine works and the engine's efficient enough, I say like keep using it. Of course, like keep updating it and tuning it to make it better and more efficient, but there's no reason to make a new engine unless, like, just from a technological standpoint, it's so outdated that it just can't like do things that you want it to do. That's the only time you want to update your engine. As for the UI UX thing, I mean, I get it. I get the UX experience, the user experience. Like, I totally understand. Like, there's definitely criticisms you can give to Elden Ring for that. I think the thing that I think that these developers specifically are not considering is that, like, it could just be that the type of game that they have is that, like, it doesn't have this hand-holding feel to it, and it's designed from the get-go, and that's why it works so well, is because it's designed with that intention in mind, and that's why it doesn't need all the extra UI elements, is because they designed the game for that in mind, and they built their game and their quest system and how, like, it interacts with stuff like that. They built it like that. It's different. It's a different type of thing, and honestly, I would be self-reflecting. I wouldn't be criticizing. I would be like, a lot of people are liking something that, like, our marketing and our data was telling us they didn't. Why is this? Maybe we had something wrong here. Like, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be self-reflecting. I wouldn't be like criticizing. I'd be like, it's got a high reception from gamers. A lot of people like this. Like, this would be a bunch of argument. Like, I'd have a conversation about, okay, what are we doing wrong with, like, game difficulty? What are we doing wrong about open world design? What are we doing wrong about our quest design? Like, can we experiment and try different things that, like, maybe Elden Ring tried that we did? Like, if I was Ubisoft right now, I'm dead ass. I would dead ass be looking at our formula and being like, all right, maybe the next one or next game we make or next one maybe in 5 years we try is actually different. Like, that's why you remember when Origins came out, right? Remember how great that was received because of how much different it was? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. Why would you look like now you guys are stuck in the same thing where you made now 4 games that are now the same like Origin. It's like basically. Yeah, and I didn't like Valhalla because it was way too damn big, and it was just the same type of like formula.
Also, Igor just wasn't interesting. I wasn't interested in fucking Vikings.
Yeah, and I personally just didn't find the world that interesting. But like, you should just be looking at this and be like, okay, this game just got like just praised out of mind. Maybe I should just be looking, like, I should play the game myself to understand why people are liking this and write some notes down and maybe implement some of those things into my game and just give it a shot.
It's one of those things that doesn't help the stereotype that like French people can be pompous and arrogant. Because it's like, yo, I read an article the other day that Elden Ring had over 1 million concurrent players on Steam alone on a single player RPG. For people listening, do you know how rare that is? Yo, you gotta. It's one of those things like, yo, Ubisoft, shut the fuck up, bro, and humble yourself. And yo, like Ethos said, maybe there's something to this, bro. Maybe that's a very rare thing. And the crazy part is, I was talking to Adam Cecil the other day before we had recorded a video, and he told me that one of his buddies from like college that he keeps in touch with, he said he hit him up out of the blue, and he's like, hey man, he's like, I just bought a PlayStation. He's like, you want to play Elden Ring? He's like, do you know what this is? And he's like, that's how I knew that this game had crossed over, because he's like, that guy doesn't even game like that. That man went and bought a console to play Elden Ring because he heard everybody talking about it. Like, you got to accept that, like, all right, this is a milestone. What can we learn from this?
Are you saying that Elden Ring is a system seller?
It is.
Unlike Madden. You're funny, bro. You're funny.
I looked at it. I straight up looked at it too. Like, there was stuff in the combat. I was like, I'm gonna take that for Samurai Zero. Like, I'm gonna adapt that for Samurai Zero. Like, I just, that's the thing. I never look at a game just because it's successful and be like, or even this is the crazy part. Like, I feel like as a developer, I don't even like focus on playing games that are like hyper like popular or something like that. Like, I will play them, like, of course, like I'll play, God of War, I play Last of Us, I'll play, Cyberpunk or whatever it is. But like, I like to play games that are either like ultra successful, like have universal praise like this, so I can understand what it is. So then maybe there's something I can write down as a note to adapt to my own game or my own style or maybe something future. But I also like doing that for games that are divisive, like games that like, either some people like it and some people just absolutely hate it, so that I can understand like, where did this divisiveness come from? And I don't know, I just don't get why like Ubisoft and like somebody with Horizon too. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I was a Horizon dev right now and I see the guy who's the Horizon guy, I guess he was like mad about the quest design or just making a little like slant towards like the way that the quest design is done, I would just look at our game and be like, all right, well, what did we, I mean, you can answer this for me, TVH, but I think that the thing that people brought about Horizon is that like, it's really good, but it's a polished like open world experience that has been done so many times, right? Like the formula.
It's a solid PlayStation exclusive. Is an 8 out of 10 if I use that scale. It's very polished, but it doesn't do anything new. It's very safe, very safe.
And this is the problem, is that like Dark Souls tried something that was very different for its formula. Like, it's still, don't get me wrong, it's still Dark Souls. I never would disagree with somebody if they said, oh, this is Dark Souls 4. I'd be like, yeah, it's basically Dark Souls 4. But like, by taking that risk, by trying that innovation of an open world with their like sort of mechanics and stuff like that, it worked out. Some of the best games are literally like that. They took mechanics that like worked in one setting and they mixed it up. That's why Breath of the Wild was wildly successful. They took the same thing for a Zelda like formula and they mixed it up and it was ultra successful. So I don't know why this is just so hard to understand and just be upset about. Just be happy that a game like this like came out and was like really successful. And I'd argue and I'd say this is probably one of the best years we've had in gaming for a long time. Like, this is probably on my top 10.
I tweeted it like 2 months ago. I said I tweeted it. I said, man, I've been playing a lot of Heat. This is a good year.
And it's March.
Yeah,
we're 3 months
February
in and we've dropped like literally like games have dropped that are like already like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even done with Elden Ring. I straight up was on my backlog system. It's like where I keep track of like all the games I've played just so I can like, if people are like, oh, what game do you recommend?
We know.
Yeah, my anime list. I think. So I actually have one.
We know.
So I was there and there's like a top 5 thing and I stared at it and I was looking at my top 5 and I was just staring. I was like, I'm definitely putting Elden Ring in. Like, Elden Ring is definitely like in my top 5 favorite games of all time. But I was just staring. I was like, what do I get rid of? And it was so hard for me to figure out like what would I like push off to the side to put Elden Ring into it, because like I definitely think like it's in my top 5 favorite games of all time now. Like, I haven't even beat it yet, but just everything that I've played so far, like this is probably one of my favorite games I've ever played. So.
Elden Ring is a game, is one of the reasons why I was so hesitant to even purchase the Game Pass. Because I've been playing this game so damn much, as well as like others. Is like I got charged the other day. I was like, oh shit, I got the Game Pass. I ain't used it, bro.
Playing anything else? Yeah.
Fucking Microsoft got me, dog. It's some bullshit.
When Starfield comes out, then you'll be like, God, glad I got the Game Pass.
Nah, I keep it for like G4 shit because I do a segment. So like every once in a while, I'll look on there and try to find something unique.
I get you.
Going back to what you said though, Ethos, it's different levels for you too, because like you're playing these games not only as like a gamer, like a hardcore gamer, but you're also a game dev, and you got to talk about it. So you at least got to play, a lot of these popular games just to talk about it on the podcast. Yeah. So you got like 3 different brains going on. So that's very interesting. Like how you have to approach games now. But yeah, this game is amazing, and we'll end up seeing what comes out the rest of this year. And these other devs, like I think like not only getting 97 on Metacritic, which they were mad at too. It was like I don't understand like why we're still using Metacritic as like a basis to how good or how bad a game is. At the end of the day, it's still what you like versus what you don't like. But that says something. If a game gets it does say something if a game gets a 97 and you have like actual like established studios, established journalists and stuff, these established brands talking about how good the game is, and you have just the general public talking about how good this game is. So why would you continue to hate on that, throw your little shade just because a game got a certain score? Like, you're just bringing up certain things that they may need some tweaking. It may not be the best UI or the best user experience that we've seen in a game, but everything else pretty much trumps that. It's almost a perfect game, and I think that's what people kind of focus on a lot. It got a 97, therefore it's perfect. No game is perfect. Nothing is perfect in life, but this game is damn good, and it's so good that it got a 97. So it's one of the top base scored games on Metacritic. So you got to take it as it is. Like, it's a good game.
I got a question for y'all. This game sparked up that conversation again, because a lot of people were like, once the game was available to the general public, people were like, there's no way you beat this game before you reviewed it. So like, do y'all feel like this game needs to be beaten in order for somebody to properly review it?
No, I give an exception. This game is way too big.
I most of the time I would say yes, but I would actually give this one an exception too. I think if you put in at least 30, okay, you say 50? Okay, I was gonna say at least 30 plus. I would say you'd be all right.
I'll tell you what it was. Like, for me, like, I don't know if you reached them yet, but like when I fought Radon, like that boss fight, that was what cement. That was all.
Is that the third boss fight?
That's the
I mean, it could be whatever. It's really whatever you choose, but
I've only beat 2 of the main bosses because like after that I just decided to go grind.
You beat Market and Godric?
Yeah.
Those you beat, okay.
True.
But yeah, I mean, it's so much like but yeah, I would kind of give it an exception too. It's so much crap in this game that like you would have to basically no life it in order to, and even if you no life it and get like I would say 50 hours in a week or so, or even more than that. You still haven't even touched like the surface of this game. So it would be like damn near impossible to like speak about every single aspect of this game. But I think like with at least 30 to 50 hours, like Etho said, like I think you would have a good basis on like what's in the game and you know how to talk about it and how to review it. But it's just so much. So like even for the people who review games for a living, like even they could do their own research. You may not experience yourself, but if you at least like done the basics of the game and at least like watch someone else or read an article or something about the other stuff in the game that you may have missed or not gotten to yet, then I think that you could give a clear and concise review on it. But I don't think you need to beat the game. It's almost impossible to see everything in this game.
Yeah, you have
within
it,
2
folks.
weeks. Like
Yeah,
we're 2 weeks into it, bro.
So it sounds like none of us have beat it, but it sounds like we all would be in agreement. This is definitely a purchase. Like buy the game if you have the platform that it's on.
Yeah, try it out. Don't be afraid. Don't be like don't be like me. I was just ready to shit on the entire Souls community. But I think Sekiro opened my eyes. But Elden Ring, that was my third eye right there. I'm fully woke now.
I got a surprise guess.
What?
Yeah, hold on. Hey, you want to say hello? I want to say hello.
Yo, what's good, niggas?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, sir. I'm back.
Oh boy.
This guy.
How y'all
Freak.
doing?
We good.
Chilling,
Only the real gonna know that voice. Only the real gonna know that
You
voice.
already know it's a classic. Always a classic, man.
You still
Man,
get
this
money?
Man left.
Hey, hey, it's two things I'm gonna do in this world: get money and get bitches. All right, I'm out.
This man
Just
has
stop
not
by
changed,
it,
bro.
bro.
He has not changed.
That man will never grow up.
That boy getting money. Too busy getting money. He barely comes and visits me now. So-
That's crazy. All right, let's shift the. That was a nice little Easter egg for the
Little
OG
Easter egg.
GI fans for the OG.
Yeah.
Oh
OGs, bro.
shit!
Oh shit!
Money making miles.
Money making miles.
Triple M, money making miles. Let's move on to the news section of the podcast. Let's kick off the news section talking about Sony's state of nothing. I mean, state of play. They recently just had a state of the play this week where they revealed several things. There was only a couple things that were kind of worth talking about, nothing too in depth, at least in my opinion. Some of the big reveals included Exo Primal, Trek to Yomi, Turtles Cowabunga Collection, Returnal DLC, Defield Chronicle, and then Valkyrie Elysium. The thing that stood out to me the most is Trek to Yomi, which is a new samurai game that's like in black and white. I think it got revealed like last year, but seeing more footage, I was like, oh, this game does look dope. I may or may not be getting my hands on this early, hopefully for like review. But I'm excited to touch this one because I like the art style. I'm just curious to see. It's from Devolver Digital too, which brought us Sifu. I'm curious to see what it does mechanically once you get past the beautiful black and white art style. And then a lot of people were excited about the Turtles Cowabunga collection because it features 13 classic Ninja Turtles games. JG, you old? You excited to play Turtles in Time again?
This man said I'm old. You act like you ain't played this stuff too. Nah, the Ninja Turtles games were dope. So yeah, I'm excited to play this. I just don't know when I'll play it because yeah, depending on when this comes out, man, I ain't gonna be playing nothing but Elden Ring for a while, and then I gotta go to my backlog. So it's about to be ridiculous. I'm not playing nothing for a minute.
What about you, Ethos? Anything here you're excited for?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, this was pretty dope. I do agree. I think the whole state of play was mid, but I will not lie. There was like 3 games that caught my interest. The Returnal, I've said I wanted to play Returnal. I'm just waiting for it to go on sale. So I'm looking forward to that. What is it, an expansion DLC or something? I'm gonna try it out. It has co-op, so that's good. That someone can carry me on it. But the 2 games I'm actually very excited for is the Defield Chronicles and Valkyrie Elysium because
Really? That game looks ashy as fuck.
no, this is why. So Defield is basically Final Fantasy Tactics. It looks like Final Fantasy Tactics.
No, I'm not talking about that. I was talking about Valkyrie Elysium. That game looks ashy as hell.
Oh, this is why I love this game. Is because I don't know if you remember, but 3 years ago, I made a video about Valkyrie Profile, and I said that I was like, this is one of the most underrated PS1 games, like games that have ever come out, and it was one of the coolest games that ever come out. And I was like, I wish that Sony had kept it going, or kept it, made a new game version of it, or remade it, or something like that. And we haven't heard from this game in years. The last time they did something, I think it was like a PSP Vita port of like one of the OG stuff, and it just died, and we never heard about it for 2 generations. Now that they're bringing it back, Oh man, I'm excited. Granted, like I get it. Like it could look ashy, but like this is a different style. I'm excited because not only like the world and stuff, like it's like play with the Valkyries and stuff from like Norse mythology is cool, but like the OG shit from like Profile was like a 2D side scroll. It was like the combat engine was so dope. So I don't know. I'm like kind of reserved from like they changed the whole like idea of the game, I guess, to appeal to the modern gamer. Because like I guess it was a 2D game, it would have just been like, oh, look at this indie game. But no, I'm excited just because of the property it's part of, the IP it's part of. I was a big fan of it when I was a kid, so that's why I'm excited for it.
Is this any way connected to Valkyrie Drive?
Valkyrie? No, I feel like that's an anime game.
Yeah, it's Ace's favorite anime. Google it, Valkyrie Drive. All of my listeners, Google Valkyrie Drive. Go on YouTube and search Valkyrie Drive trailer. Ace is a big fan, big fan.
No. This is just related to Valkyrie Profile 2, and I think there was like a third game that was made after that, Covenant or something like that on like the DS or whatever.
Okay.
There's like a couple of games, but I will say, if they do remaster Valkyrie Profile, you should definitely play it, TBH. It was like, you like Dragoon and stuff, right? Like
Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah, you like this game. Like I cannot stress enough how cool the combat engine was. Like it was like a turn-based, but it was like action-based at like DMC-ish at the same time. It was really innovative. I really loved it. Yeah, if they ever make a port of it, try it out. Give it a shot. You liked Legend of Mana when you played and stuff, so I think you'd like this game.
Yeah, the game was actually really underrated when it came out for the Switch.
Yeah, you might like
Valkyrie Elysium don't look bad though. I could see myself playing it.
Fun fact, Valkyrie Profile, when I did the video for it, I was gonna buy the PS1 version of it to get footage of it. That shit is so expensive to get on eBay. Like, it is probably one of the most, like, it didn't have a lot of copies of it made, so like it's very hard to get your hands on, and it's like a collector's item for a lot of PS1 owners, so it's like worth a lot of money too if you have your hands on it.
You can have that though. That's a tactical RPG. I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's like $160. It's $300. I'm looking at it right now. $300 if you want to get Valkyrie Profile on the PS1.
$300 bar.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy.
Get that if you want to.
Give me a birthday wish.
Since the last podcast, Street Fighter 6 was revealed. It was a short, like a little 30-second trailer. Do we care?
Not really.
I need to see something else, because just that. I was just like, all right. And then someone already like broke that down. They was like, yo, why you look like that, yo? What does Ryu look so dang buff, like he got fat or something?
I've been feeling like, am I
the way that
go ahead, my bad.
Nah, it was interesting the way that like the character was built. I'm like, why did y'all like change how he kind of looks? But it's just like, looking at the trailer, I'm not excited. I
be feeling like I'm out of touch, or like I'm an asshole when like trailers like this like drop, because like the internet was on fire. Oh shit, Street Fighter 6. It's one of those things. It's like if Rockstar was to reveal Grand Theft Auto 6 tomorrow and there was no gameplay, like they're just like, it's just like a like artwork. Like I wouldn't get excited about that either. Like, you guys are surprised Street Fighter 6 is coming. Like, I need to see some actual gameplay before I'm like, all right, this looks lit.
I suck at Street Fighter, so I don't really care.
It's nothing to talk about there. It's kind of digging. But then there was some drama surrounding the fact that apparently Capcom paid $80 for the Street Fighter logo on Fiverr or whatever.
No, that was hilarious. Like, forget the trailer. Yeah, this was absolutely hilarious. They said that this is an Adobe stock, bro. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, the page is missing now.
I mean, if you look at the tweet though, you can still see the picture.
It's still there.
Yeah, the internet, it lives on the internet forever. I don't even know why people be deleting shit. We did pay $80. What are you talking about?
That's crazy.
I just hope they fix the netcode. That's
yeah. I don't really care about this logo thing. It's like, the game probably just got announced. They probably just like were like, oh shit, we haven't come up with a marketing style for the game yet. Let's just use some
like the way Riot marketed their new fighter. It was the right way. They put out some gameplay, and right within it, they emphasized the online will be amazing. The netcode will be amazing. That is the first thing I want to hear about with a fighting game, especially with something like Street Fighter. As far as I'm concerned, Street Fighter 5 was a fucking travesty. And I will keep saying shame on the FGC for being pussy for playing not playing that damn game. Like, go play something else, bro.
What else are they gonna do though? What else are they gonna do? That's the cash cow. Like, it's at every Evo, that is the last game that they do for grand finals. Like, it's just a part of the culture.
The FGC is the community though, right? So if everybody band together and decided to play Guilty Gear or whatever, Killer Instinct or something like that, whatever is the popular, everything would be okay. It's not about the game, it's about the competition.
They're not going to though. There's some people who are
so
OGs for Street Fighter. No, but they're OGs for Street Fighter. Period. You're basically telling someone who like only plays Street Fighter and like maybe one other game. Yeah, that's their entire life. Like, people have won championships in other, not only in Evo but other, high qualified FGC tournaments as well. Like, for some people, it's just a lifestyle. And there were people who said, I'm not playing Street Fighter. Like, it was a small portion, but there were people that said I wasn't playing Street Fighter 5. Like, it was so many people that love Street Fighter 4. There's some people who still play Third Strike and they're like, I don't want to play 4, I don't want to play 5. So there are some people, it's a very small community, but there are some people that said that they're not playing and they did try to go play other games. So it's just, and for those people, I would assume it's going to be like a glimmer of hope or a shimmer of hope that, either there's someone who's an OG in the Street Fighter community that gets tasked to work on this game. I mean, it was for Street Fighter 5, but that still didn't end up working out so well. There were still people who didn't like it, but maybe there can be somebody else, or maybe they can really fine tune Street Fighter 6, and then maybe they'll come back and it wouldn't be a small community saying, hey, I didn't like this game and I don't want to play it anymore. So I get what you're saying, TBH, but it's bigger than that. Like, you don't play these games, so it may not make sense to you, but like, I've seen a lot of people that like, I'm good, I don't want to play it. So I get what you're saying, but they wouldn't do it. There's not going to be a huge community that's just going to band together and say, fuck you, Capcom, I don't want to play this. Because like, for a lot of people, this is the way that they make their living. So of course they're going to play the game that they basically live or die by. They the people who can't brand themselves, this is literally the only way that they're going to put money in their pockets.
First earlier in the podcast, you confirmed that I play games. Now you saying I don't. See, this is why we don't get 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. This is why we don't get it.
Bro,
Y'all niggas
you don't play Street Fighter, dog.
I beat Nomad ass.
I beat Nomad at Tekken too. Nomad be getting beat in a lot of the games.
That's all I know. I beat his ass. I'm in the FGC,
nigga. Yeah,
if I beat a nigga consistently who goes to FGC tournaments and I never been to an FGC tournament, do that mean I'm in the FGC?
Hey, time to sign up when they bring
Just
that.
No, man. I'm gonna need for you to just beat his ass, bro. You've been talking for like years about this, dog. You cannot let this man disrespect you.
I'm gonna tell my kids, bro. I'm gonna tell my kids it's not even born. I hope they get it together though. Let's see. God of War TV show could be in the works. There's rumors going around that Amazon is in conversation with Sony Santa Monica, I think that makes God of War, to make a TV show. Negotiations are heavy underway. Amazon wants to make a show. Would you guys watch it? How do you think this would pan out?
Yeah, because the majority of Sony games are basically movies, so it probably work out really good.
Yeah, I guess for me it depends on what's the budget for this show, because there's so many special effects in the combat of God of War and stuff, and then also outside of the it has to be based on the new God of War, because the original ones they had a story, but he was kind of just like kind of a brooding character. There wasn't a lot of character development, and that doesn't work well for a TV show.
I agree. If whoever gets cast, as long as they say boy, then I'm in. Yeah, just say that. Also seeing this article, they said Peacock is doing Twisted Metal. Like, so we're just
y'all,
like
Peacock
seeing
is
the
the way,
boom.
bro.
No,
I'm not downloading no app with cock in it.
this guy, bro. But nah, this is interesting though, because we already got The Last of Us. We already got the.
You can have that cock, JG.
Hey, that Prince of Bel Air is heat though. I've been watching that.
I refuse to watch. I heard it's good. It's really good, bro. Man,
it's actually good.
Man, fuck all these streaming apps, bro.
I want to see it.
It's more dramatic.
Download Pluto TV. It's free. Channel 800. G4.
This is the best part about it. I'll say this whole bit about it now. We can go to it. The best part about the Fresh Prince of Bel Air show that I like is it understood its roots, but it didn't just copy and paste the show again. Like, it gives you a newer take of it. Yeah, it's a little bit more dramatic and stuff, but it still has that like soul that like Fresh Prince had back in the day. That's why I like it. I mean, it's like a modern retelling of it, but different styled. It's not like if you watch the OG show, you know exactly how things are gonna go. It's
I'm gonna need the password. I'm not paying for another phone.
Yeah, I'm about to say, how you watch it? You got it, bro?
I have a Peacock account.
Let me get there, bro. Let me get there.
Fucking Paramount Plus. They got the Halo show.
Yeah, I need that too, man.
Y'all know the Halo show coming this month too.
Yeah, I know. I gotta
too many
watch that
apps,
too,
dog. It's too many freaking apps.
Send me $2. I'll give you my username and password.
Hey, watch Winning Time on HBO Max. Use Anon shit. What's the name? It's a pretty good show about the Lakers.
We're talking about stuff too. Then on HBO also watch Succession too when you get a chance. It's great. Great show. JG, you definitely like Succession. You too, DBH. I bet you both will like it.
I haven't gotten into it yet, but I'll take a look.
I'm trying to get in my TV movie bag. I'm trying.
Yeah. Now that we're done watching grown ass men and women act like high schoolers, now we can watch.
I think I dropped that show.
White people.
Moon Knight on the way though, dog.
Let's go.
When is that shit coming out? I forgot.
Like March 23rd.
Oh, damn. I didn't know.
Yeah,
that and the Halo show.
Oh, actually next week.
Not even that. We about to get Obi-Wan back, bro. I'm so
that trailer. Shit.
That shit look crazy, bro. When the music came on, I cried. I was like, yeah. We completely derailed.
Nah, it's a good, like, it's annoying. These streaming services are annoying, but like we can't deny the production quality on television has gotten so much better.
Can we just say this? This year, just from a media standpoint, has been the video. I remember we were talking about too. Snowfall's out right now, JG. Like just the amount of just good shit that has been dropping.
Tana Ford just dropped yesterday. Benny the Butcher coming, nigga. Freaking. If you don't got no content to absorb, bro, something wrong with you, dog.
It's stuff to watch. It's stuff to play, dog. What are you doing? You can't say that you bored.
You can't say there ain't nothing to do, ain't nothing to play. You lying.
And my bad. Moon Knight comes on the 30th, so it is still 2 weeks. So, but it's still at the end of the month. Yeah, end of the month we here.
What I want to understand, what I want to know is with Twisted Metal, though, this TV show, it's being produced by Anthony. Well, wait, it's a series order and starring Anthony Mack. I thought it was produced. I guess the Black Captain America is going to be in it. This one's going to be really hard to sell. First of all, Twisted Metal hasn't been relevant since the PS2 because there was one on the PS3, but it didn't sell well. Like people were kind of over it. It was a franchise that kind of thrived in the original PS1 and 2 era. So first of all, the series is not relevant outside of, older gamers. And then 2, what's the fucking story? What Sweet Tooth handing out ice creams and guns and shit? Like, what are we talking about here?
I have no idea why this is.
I'm gonna need that password. I ain't paying for that shit.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting though. This is interesting. I was a huge Twisted Metal fan back in the day, and I remember when the PS2 one came out, and they really tried to, talk about each racer's story or whatever. So, I mean, they could make it into something if they get into the lore. Now, if you ask me, what every character did, I can't tell you, how everybody ended up, into being in the Twisted Metal contest or, how they ended up going crazy or whatever. But, it did have some sort of a story. So I can see them trying to build on that and turn it into a series. I didn't see it coming because, like you said, like Twisted Metal, that PS3 game was ass. The PS2 version was, the last really good version. So I was like, wow, Twisted Metal? Y'all are making it into a TV series? Okay. That was just out of left field for me.
If any of the producers are listening to this podcast, if you guys are gonna bring Axel into the Twisted Metal TV show, can we get JG to play Axel? You guys remember which character that was? The one with the two tires. The one with the 2 tires.
Why you want me to play it?
Because it reminds me. Because Axel reminds me of that picture you posted on vacation last week where you had your hands. I'm about to Photoshop this nigga on Axel, bro. I swear to God. I swear to God.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm about to Photoshop this nigga on 2 tires. I swear to God.
I was like, that's so random, but I was like, okay, I get it now. I get what you're trying to say.
Here's the image you can Photoshop.
I'm gonna Photoshop you on Axel, and then I'm gonna just tweet for the next podcast. You'll understand why I tweeted this to get people hyped for the show.
Nah, that's funny as shit, though.
It's fucking great. We go see. Let's see. Oh, Sony Game Pass rumors. Got some new rumors. Apparently, keep in mind, none of this is confirmed, but according to Engadget, Sony is cooking up for the PlayStation 3 tiers for their Game Pass, $10, $13, and $16 a month. Bloomberg reported it's an all-in-one game subscription service codenamed Spartacus. Sony reportedly will have the Essentials, Extra, and Premium tiers. So it will still cost $10. It'll give you access to every game that month that you add to your library. Meanwhile, the extra tier will cost $13. Will include access to those monthly games as well as to a catalog of game with hundreds of older games that you can download. And then the catalog it's the same as PlayStation Now's. And then finally, the premium tier will be $16 a month, and it will include all aforementioned perks, along with access to PlayStation Now streaming capabilities and a library of classic games. So it sounds like the $10 will give you a catalog, the $13 will give you the catalog plus older games, so the new and the old games, and then the premium will give you the new, the old games, and the streaming service. How are we feeling about this? Is just a rumor, but how are we feeling about this?
I mean, I remember when we first heard of these rumors, we were like, well, what the hell are these tiers going to, have? And, if this is true, then, this makes sense. How much is the Game Pass per month?
$10, or there's a $15 tier if you want Xbox Live Gold.
Okay, so it's baked in there just for an extra $5. Okay, so,
it gives you, and to be clear, it also gives you PC and Xbox, so it gives you access
and
across
cloud.
the board. Yeah, and cloud.
Yeah, you
and
get
cloud.
all.
Okay, all right. So I mean, this isn't bad price wise. And then if you get to play, because remember what I said. As soon as I, we heard about these rumors, I was like, you absolutely have to give people who want to subscribe to this service, you have to give them access to the new PlayStation games. And if this is true, in the $16 version, you get access to those games, and it says before they're released. So if this is true, then that's good. It will be able to compete, and Sony does have a crazy backlog. So depending on what game that they put on there, like if you get that, even a $13 version, you won't get access to the new PlayStation games, but if you want to play, the old and the new PlayStation game, like it'll be a lot of games that you can possibly play. So we'll see if this ends up, being it, and it'll be a good rival, and I guess we'll see how this ends up playing out if all of this turned out to be true.
How you feeling about this, Ethos?
I don't really care about rumors until I get some certified things, so there's no reason for me to comment on it right now.
This is a podcast. I need you to contribute your 35%.
Talk about your opinions, buddy. Your opinions.
If you want to be in the gaming industry, you're going to need to learn to spectate and run your fucking mouth about nothing.
I'm sorry.
It's a slow news day.
Guys, let me make some shit up. It'll be better than the Xbox Game Pass. There you go. How about that? Is that hot enough for you?
That's a hot take.
We know you lie, but
yeah, I'm lying.
It doesn't matter. He's joking. Somebody's gonna clip this and take it out of context and post it on Twitter to beef with you.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. They'll think I'm talking about is serious. Even though I'm like a huge Xbox Game Pass bishop or whatever.
Yeah. What's the name? Call of Duty is taking a break. There will reportedly be taking a break in 2023. After the acquisition from Microsoft, to allow them to get some breathing room and properly work on the next game. Then it's already been confirmed, I believe, that the next one is a direct sequel to the reboot of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but after that they're taking a break. How we feel about that? Call of Duty's finally hitting the shelves.
Good.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Thank God.
Finally
take a break. Tired of COD.
The thing about COD too is what else can they do to really innovate? I feel like the only way they can continue the sales is if they actually do take a break, let people miss it. So then when it comes back, and all they got to do is boots to the ground or back, and people will get excited because it's been 2 years or a year or whatever.
Make me creative director. Next Call of Duty I make is in a completely different setting, a fictional setting. Fuck the modern war shit. Fuck the old school shit. We're going steampunk, cyberpunk style type shit. Completely different type of setting, different setup, different characters, all that sort of stuff. Completely change the whole entire aesthetic of Call of Duty forever. That'd be something different. It would definitely catch people's eyes. They'd be like, "Oh shit, this is way different." Shit. Make a primal game. I don't give a fuck. Make something just different.
Nah.
You don't want to throw sticks. You don't throw spears at people.
chill with the primal.
You don't want to throw spears at dinosaurs as your mounts and shit. You know.
Nah, we good off of that. So I'm happy it's taking a break. Let people miss it. Also, this is funny in itself because it's not really taking a break because Warzone will always be relevant. For shitty gameplay and hackers. So it's always gonna be in the conversation. It's not really going anywhere. So yeah, there's that, and then also
Good question though.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, how do we feel about battle royale games now? Are we just kind of done with it? Besides Apex,
I feel like I am. Outside of Apex, I feel like I am. They gotta do a BR has to do something really innovative for me to get excited about it. I feel like that era is well, we're gonna get into Halo.
Like Halo VR.
Yeah,
Nah, it wouldn't make me want to play it. No, thank you.
That's enough. No.
Nah. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I'm pretty much done. Like Apex is the only thing that has kept me interested, and even that, like with all these games that came out in February alone, I'm just like, I don't even know how y'all even still played Apex.
Yeah,
there's so many games. I'm like, damn, bro.
Because I'm a big shooter. I'm sorry, like there's no shooter that's better on the market than Apex. Like Rainbow ran its course for me. I just feel like Apex hasn't ran its course yet.
It's true, but I just can't see myself playing it. Like putting these other games down to play that.
I can't do that.
Well, you got to keep in mind too. It's also a good like relaxation game. Like play Elden Ring for like
you
3-4
relax while playing Apex?
Because I'm so fucking good at it, bruh.
Nah, it ain't no fucking way.
I'm so fucking good at it. I just get W's.
I ain't never seen you one stream playing Apex. It's like, dang, I feel so relaxed playing this shit.
You're right. Siggy do be selling me. You're right.
You be getting mad as yeah. I ain't never heard this man be all calm and relaxed playing
I'm just so fucking good at the game, bro. No, it's
like, damn, where's my team? I hear that every
just
5
saying,
minutes.
bro. Just saying, you hating, whatever.
Absolutely.
It is what it is. So yeah, there's that. Next Pokemon, a new Pokemon was announced, Scarlet and Violet, which I think is interesting. It feels like it's a play on Red versus Blue and Red and Blue. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more in line with the older ones. New towns, new Pokemon. Was it the new starters are Sprigatito, Fursucoco, and Quaxley. This shit is mad nerdy. Y'all niggas know how to announce this, like fucking pronounce this shit, bruh. Sprigatito? What the fuck? What is this?
Man,
Spaghetti?
like some Italian shit, bro.
And Fucoco?
Fucoco, and Quaxley.
I'm going with Quaxley because I like the water type and fucking I know how to pronounce it.
Did you even play the latest Pokemon that just came out? Because I felt like it like came and went. Like Elden Ring literally took over everything. I forgot this game even came out.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I've lost complete interest in Pokemon since I think X and Y was the last one I played, and just like
understandable. Those shits were ass.
It was nothing innovative. It's just like I feel like I've been here before. And then from what I'm hearing, Arceus is good and it really shakes up the formula. I was playing so many different games because I was in charge of Dying Light 2, Sifu, and then Horizon. I had to review those 3 games in February. I couldn't get to Arceus. There was no time.
Same. I'm gonna play Arceus over the summer on my Steam Deck.
Yep.
Yeah. So do y'all even care about that they announced the new one?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to feel like Call of Duty fatigue against Pokemon because they've dropped now 2 Pokemon games. One was the remasters back in November, wasn't it? November. And then they've dropped Arceus. So now I'm like, Jesus Christ. And now they're dropping another one this year. I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna burn out on Pokemon. Like, if this game visually looks better than Arceus, and it still has the whatever formula shakeups it did, probably I'll pick it up because I haven't played Arceus yet. But I'm not even excited for this. I'm just like, if it comes out and there's nothing to play, I'll play it. But I'm not.
It don't look like it's gonna look better. Like it's gonna look the exact same, especially with it coming out this year. When I saw that date, I said this year. I was like, y'all just came out with a Pokemon. What the heck?
There's no way they spent a lot of time on this game. I feel like Arceus got successful and they were just like, all right, let's just take Arceus's formula and shit and just reskin the game and shit and ship it off.
Add some of the old elements in there to get people excited, and
that's it. I really wasn't expecting another Pokemon game until like 2023 or 2024. Like just for it to just pop up, because I feel like I just finished Sword and Shield. Like it feels. I know it's been a while, but it just felt more recent. I don't know. This one just doesn't do hype for me, and I don't like the names either. Scarlet and Violet. I just don't like them. Shit's not hot.
I feel like they're trying to play the nostalgia of Red and Blue. Like, I mean, like you're not gonna get me, bro.
The starters aren't really got me hyped either. I'm just staring. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm like you, TBH. Maybe I'm starting to hit that stride where it's just Pokemon just doesn't excite me anymore.
Yeah, it is what it is. They need a new Astro Chain on the Switch. That's what I want to see.
That's that. Platinum, instead of dropping that shitty ass Babylon, you should have
Babylon shitfall.
Should have fucking worked on another Astral Chain.
I was making the argument on stream the other day. I was like, yo, I love when Platinum Games makes good games. They make good games. But
when
like
they don't-
they've made so many bad games. Legend of Korra, Ninja Turtles, Babylon's Fall, fucking Scalebound didn't even come out. It looked cool, but it didn't come out. Like freaking, I was making the argument. I was like, yo,
it's crazy.
they said there's a chance it might come back.
It was like, no, I'm talking about Babylon. Do you see how many people played it on Steam day one? Like
600. It peaked at 600 on day one. That shit was ass.
600 people on a AAA game. 600.
Hold on. What?
600 on PC.
And it's a live service game too. It's a live service
multiplayer co-op game, and 600 people played it.
Wow.
They did not market that game well at all, bro. They did not do a good job marketing. They probably knew the writing on the wall. That's probably why they didn't market it. They probably realized, like, yeah, this game's gonna be ass. Like, they knew it wasn't gonna be good.
Freaking,
Damn.
I was making the
that
argument. I was like, yo,
We're
is Platinum Games the J.R. Smith of video game studios?
Oh, inconsistent. Right?
Yeah, like they could give you 30, and then they could also give you 3. Like, who are you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. But yeah, fuck that game.
Just keep working on Bayonetta and get us an Astro Chain too. Just do that. You're fine.
Yeah, the lead on Halo Infinite's multiplayer left. I feel like this is a game that's quietly died, and it just got worse now that the head of creativity.
Do you remember
is
how
like,
much hate I got?
Shame, bro.
Do you know how much fucking hate I got when I said that shit? When we said that shit?
Halo. First of all, Halo is
like,
it's an unfinished game.
God.
It lacks content on multiplayer. The story mode still does not have co-op.
Back in December.
But I think this hits different.
I
think this hits different.
For saying that.
The creative lead, Andrew Witz, for those of you unaware, he left. He said he's taking a break and he's going to, relax and do something with his life. And the multiplayer still has no content.
No content, bro. It's been months. No content. You know what's crazy is everybody was so quick to be like, Halo's back and Halo's amazing and dunking on Call of Duty and Battlefield.
I was saying, where's that Battlefield hate for this game?
That's what I said. I was like, bro, all I said on the podcast was, I'm not gonna lie, like when all three of them were out, I was like, I'm enjoying Battlefield a little bit more than Halo. That's all I said. Didn't say Halo was bad. People got mad at me for it. And then I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like Halo's like in a honeymoon right now. I feel like everyone's just, because it's like, we haven't had a good Halo like that. Mechanically, yeah, Halo's best, but I was like, I was like, before the game came out full, I was just like, there's just not enough here. They got to add some more stuff here. And people were like, oh, don't worry, they're going to add it in. It'll be added in. We've gone in 3-4 months. They haven't yet to drop a new map into that game, bruh. Not a new map. It's on the same level as Battlefield. Like, literally, like, Battlefield hasn't dropped a big update either. And like, Vanguard has barely, I can't even remember last time. Has Call of Duty even dropped any new maps? I don't know. I don't play it. Have they dropped new multiplayer maps?
I enjoyed Vanguard.
Honestly, I'd give it to you. I'd honestly say, out of, now that in retrospect, I think Call of Duty Vanguard did the best out of all three of them.
It didn't innovate, but it was simple fun.
It did the best out of all three of them, in my opinion. Like, Halo can't even figure out what it does. It has no forge. Still, single player is a mess. Like, multiplayer is a mess. Had a bunch of issues. Still hasn't dropped content. The new modes are lacking. Like, Jesus Christ, the battle pass, the progression's terrible in it. Like, Call of Duty might be the best out of the three. But people were just so quick to jump onto Halo, like, and just diminish the other two. And Halo's just as, in my opinion, Halo's just as bad as Battlefield at this point. It's just as bad. So, I don't know. I mean, this news is not good sign either, because if your multiplayer lead is leaving, then, he disagrees with the direction the game's taken, or...
What direction? Nigga, ain't no content.
That's I'm assuming whatever's happening in 343, something's happened about how they built Halo Infinite that they can't get the game to get content out fast. Something is causing their pipeline to take a long time, and that's costing them. So, I'm honestly, I think Halo kind of just died, man. I think they could drop the season 2 tomorrow, and I don't think it would be enough to bring people back. I really don't.
This is such a weird death too. Because like it
top
had
of the
so
world
much,
and it fell.
It's had so much momentum. Yeah, it
just killed its momentum in less than 3 months.
And one of the things I don't think Microsoft understands is because, I mean, look at the release of Elden Ring. There's so much competition. New games are coming out. You got Game Pass releasing indies and stuff like that. Like, it's so much competition. You can't afford to fail. Like, once you drop the ball, most of the time people are not coming back.
Yeah, people are not going to come back to play Halo. I don't think. I think when another shooter comes out, another shooter gets announced, they're not going to focus back on Halo Infinite. Like, I don't know, maybe if they drop Forge and they drop like 10 different maps, maybe, but I just don't see, like, I don't see Halo Infinite ever going back to the numbers they had when it first came out. Like, when they dropped their first, when they announced it, like, randomly, it was like, oh, it's live now. It'll never hit that height again. I think now it's just downhill at this point. They could just sustain and that's it. Which is crazy because everybody was like, Halo's at the height of like the best shooter, and now like it's literally done the same exact pattern that it's done after Halo. What Halo 4 did, isn't it the exact same like death pattern that Halo 4 did? Like, it dropped top of the world for like a week, like a month or something like that, and then just died off immediately.
I don't remember Halo 4 being on top.
Oh, was it not even on top when it launched? Damn. Okay, well,
I truly don't remember what was going on when that
Halo
game came
5.
out.
Like I don't know.
I'm old. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just, I think it's just unfortunate. I think people just have to come to a truth. I don't think Halo will ever be the way it used to be anymore. I don't think you'll ever have a Halo game as good as Halo, like the OG trilogy again. I just think gamers have moved past it. I just don't think.
You said
It was, man, it started off so good too. Like when they came out multiplayer early. We were all on it for a while. We had a whole tournament, even though there was some issues with that. And then like it just got stale quickly, like the same maps, and I don't know. It just unfortunately just died. It just lasted a little bit longer than Battlefield did, but yeah, I just think people just got tired of it. There's nothing else to do in this game unless you were, a esports professional and you played the game for a living.
No, this is the crazy part. I've even seen on Twitter, esports pros are mad at Halo right now. Like even they're like tweeting 343, like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, what's going on here? Like, where's the content? Where's Forge? Where's the new game modes? Where's the progression system? Like, where's the quality of life stuff? Like, it's just been bad.
Yeah, then they say that they're not bringing out co-op on May 3rd when season 2 launches. Like that got delayed again. Apparently it's only supposed to be like one more, a regular multiplayer map. I'm just like, one after all of this? Like, I'm not gonna just, get a resurgence of the game for one regular map. I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm good off that too. I never really cared about Halo story in the first place, so the multiplayer had to hook me, and unfortunately it didn't. So it is what it is. I got Elden Ring to play, and I got a whole backlog of games too. I actually bought that game yesterday that you put on. I didn't know it was out. The Mega Man Battle Network Spiritual Successor. What's that game called?
It was based off of. Do you remember Eden? That Eden game that came out. Eden.
Whatever. Shit looks cool. I bought it. It was $20 on Steam. I bought it yesterday.
You talking about the game that's not out, the one I shared, or the?
It is out, nigga. It's on Steam.
Huh?
Eden, whatever. Hold up. Let me open up my Steam. I bought it yesterday. It's out. It's been out since 2020.
No. That's the single player one. Yeah. You're talking about One Step from Eden, right?
Yeah, One Step from Eden.
Yeah. I bought that shit like a year ago when it first came out. Yeah, I was surprised you didn't know about it. Yeah, because I would have told you. It. Yeah. No, it's great. If you like Mega Man.
So what was that trailer you linked then?
So the creator of this, basically, it was so good and people enjoyed it. He's making a multiplayer version of it, so you can PvP against another player playing the exact same game. But like from a PvP.
Not just add it to the game? That's kind of confusing.
I'm assuming because it's a multiplayer game and the way that he designed the base game, maybe just engine-wise, there's a limitation, so he had to make it into a separate game. It's still part of the same universe and everything. It's just, I guess he's separating the PvP from the PV, like the single-player experience. Because it's not like co-op. It's a single-player exclusive game. And the Duelist one is the multiplayer game, which I'm excited for because I've always wanted to have a Mega Man PvP game. I always thought like it would have been cool to have a multiplayer version of it, but it never happened. So to see them do it, it seems like it's going to be really cool. Definitely stressful, but it looks fun. But no, I do recommend you should play that game on Steam, on stream. It's a fun game. It's hard as fuck, but it's fun.
Yeah, whatever. I'll check that shit out. Fallout New Vegas is reportedly in very early talks with Microsoft. This is very early, they're saying, according to videogamechronicle.com, but people have begun to have talks and say these words in sentences, and those words are Obsidian and New Vegas 2. What does this mean for you, Ethos?
Oh man, banger. Just can't wait.
I never played Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas was arguably, some people say Vegas is the best Fallout.
Yeah, I've heard people say that.
I kind of agree with it. I think Vegas is my favorite out of all of them. It was just like the setting of it. The story was really damn good. The like cool little options and quest stuff was really memorable. Yeah, so like people have been begging for a sequel for the like New Vegas universe side of Fallout for like such a long time, and it never happened because the original developers of it was Obsidian, and then they often went their own way away from Bethesda. But now that Microsoft has got both of them now the IP could actually go back to Obsidian since Bethesda's been holding it for a long time, and they could actually make a Fallout game.
Look at Twitter, JG.
Oh no, you did it, didn't you? That's why you were laughing. You did
the
the Axel thing.
What?
You did the Axel thing. That's why I knew you. That's why you were laughing. I was wondering. I was like, oh, why is he laughing? And I was like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Let me retweet
man.
Oh shit. Anyways, Fallout New Vegas. It's actually on my bucket list of games to play. It's one of the things like that and
You gotta mod it though.
KOTOR. KOTOR's been on my bucket list for the longest, but then they announced the remaster, so I'm just gonna wait for the remaster to come out for that.
Yeah,
shit.
Wait for the remaster of that one. But I would say if you're gonna play New Vegas, which is good, it's a good game. You definitely want to at least do some modding stuff on it, because I think out of the box there's some glitches and bugs.
I want a remake of or a sequel to Jade Empire too.
That's facts. I mean, they did Mass Effect, so it's not far away to say that.
Yeah, but Jade Empire never reached the levels of success as Mass Effect though.
Yeah, they'll probably do a Dragon Age one before they do that.
It's just real RPG, real BioWare shit going on. All right, we're towards the end of the podcast, the show notes, so we're gonna switch it over to the social justice warrior news section of the podcast.
My favorite.
Yeah, JG's specialty. And the opening story is Facebook banned streamer for identifying as black. Could you break this down for us, JG, and give us your hot take on this as our residential social justice warrior?
Hey man, so this is some funny shit. Like this man did this on Black History Month. Like he wilding for this one, but I can't even be mad. He just said that he wants to identify as black, and then we need to respect it. And if Facebook said, "All right, you want to be black, we gonna treat you like you black," you can get off our platform. So that's basically what it is. You don't need to know the details. There was no rhyme or reason. He just said that he wanted to identify as black. Just as someone wanted to identify as a helicopter. Identify as a small child. Like this is what his decision was, and we should respect his decision. And Facebook said, "All right, so we gonna treat you like a black person. So you out of here. Find somewhere else to stream." And it is what it is. So I'm not even go deep dive on this one. It was funny as hell when I saw this story. I was just like, why?
But what if he really identifies as being black? I mean, this is the world we live in, right?
All right. Well,
I mean, yeah. So he got exactly what he deserved, right? This is what happened to black people.
So you just get banned for being black. Huh? That's the takeaway from this.
You get banned for being black, dog.
Oh shit, that's fucking funny.
You only need a reason, but yeah, if y'all want to look into this story, it's like I say, it's worth a good laugh. Like I can't even be mad at dude. Like he decided to do it on Black History Month. Fine, y'all were wild and doing some crazy stuff, but this is by far the funniest story that I saw last month, bro. The funniest. I said, what? I said, you gotta be kidding me. But like I said, you gotta respect his decision, man. Just we gotta call him by his proper pronouns. He black now. He's African American male, so we gotta treat him as such.
Hello, brother.
Fair enough.
Yeah, he a fellow brother, dog.
I don't have no hot takes on this, man. Welcome to the brotherhood, man. And then
enjoy your stay, bro.
It's dangerous, but it's lit.
Other piece of news, social justice warrior news, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that noticed this. So last night was the first ever streamer awards, and according to Dextero, the viewership peaked at 260,000 concurrent viewers, which is fucking insane. That's really dope to actually see some content creators come together and put this together. Everybody got dressed up. There was a red carpet. It was a whole thing, right? But I was watching it. I saw some photos on social media, and then but I didn't say nothing. But then I seen people start to tweet about it. Didn't really see any people of color there.
Oh, boy, here we go, man. We weren't invited, huh?
So I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about it. I was like, is this the streamer awards or is this the popular kids awards? What is this, bruh? Are we really talking about who's making the best content? Like, what are we talking about, bro?
It's the demographic, the certain demographic.
I take that back. It was mostly white and Asian people in there, and there was several people from G4, my own castmates, that was there. So I didn't even get an invite. I didn't even know this was a thing. I was like, that's crazy.
No black people.
Yeah. And I'm not just for clarification. I'm not blaming them. I don't have any issue with them. I'm just saying I found it very interesting that they got invited and I didn't. That's crazy.
Damn. Black no more.
So I'm actually seeing some tweets right now on time. I see Khalif responding to somebody. I guess people were like, what's going on with like the only black person I saw there was Sydney on.
That was it? Wow.
That's the only person I saw. There could have been more. I don't know, just based off the pictures I've seen on social media.
And I have no comment about that because you know what it is. I ain't gonna say nothing about old girl. So
we love her.
She's affiliated, so
yeah, she's in the
you kind of on the other side. So
It's all good. It is what it is, man. Maybe one
But
day.
I mean, that's what it is. It wasn't a stream award. This is basically just the
Was it just
the
like
cloud awards for
Was
Twitch.
it like their group of like Twitch streamers, like that area? Of,
It seemed like from the
groups or whatever?
pictures, it was just like the who's who, like the real popular, like big white streamers, but it wasn't really. It didn't seem like they did any like research to actually pick up maybe some more mid-tier people or just people who look different. It was kind of like the people you expect.
Was it like top people and their friends, basically?
Yeah, it was like it looked like some nepotism type shit, to be honest.
Like, because this has a lot of people from offline TV, OTK,
your Amaris, those type of people.
and
area.
Ludwig and SQC and like all those people. Like Shroud won the Game of the Year. Like it was like all the people who were just the most popular, who get all the clips made about them, who are the top 10% of streamers on Twitch.
Okay.
I'm just looking at this list. I'm like, oh, okay, like I'm not surprised by any of these names. I know these names, but yeah, it definitely isn't any variety here. This is popularity awards because they said that the fans voted for them. So
yeah, it is what it is. Maybe next year. I'm gonna give him the benefit. I'm not gonna fly off the rails. I'm gonna give him the benefit.
Hold on, bro. Hold on.
And I'm gonna say
best music streamer is someone who doesn't do music. All right, bro.
Oh, you said
Lily Pichu won. Now I'm not familiar with her stream.
No, she does music. She does
music. Yeah. She has a piano. She plays like.
Yeah, she does.
But she won over T-Pain.
No comment.
Okay, so it's looking like some nepotism type shit. I don't know.
I got no comment. I can't.
How good are you on no pianos, dog? How good are you on those pianos?
I will say she's very talented. I will give her, like, I'm not gonna dismiss her like talent. Like, she is definitely a very talented person. I can't answer the T-Pain question.
Oh my god.
Because I know all the stuff T-Pain has done. Outside of him just being ultra, like, definitely from popularity standpoint, like, massive, and also I know he does the music stuff on his stream and talks a lot about like the musical side of stuff.
Is that the majority of her content now, Lily Pichu? Because I don't know her as a music streamer.
She does like voice acting. She does do like a lot of piano stuff, but she plays like League and like a bunch of other things.
Like that's what I know. I know her as. I didn't know her to be primarily a music streamer. I know that T-Pain is primarily a music
If this had been a couple years ago, I would agree. I would say because I think like the majority of how I came to know about her was through like her playing like musical instruments like piano and stuff, and like being like collaborating with like brands and stuff. But like recently, I've only know her through like offline TV and like voice acting stuff. Like that's the only two areas I thought that's where she really was. Now I didn't know she still did musical stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that's just on me. I need to watch
this list is wild, dog.
that is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna go as far as like play the race card on this. This seems like this is just everybody like who's it's everybody and their friends. It's a friends thing. It seems like
it's that thing with it's a lot of things. I think it's that thing I've seen a lot with like white people where it's just like none of them are being intentionally racist, but they don't have the self-awareness.
They don't see the optics of it until people bring it up.
Until it's too late, and then they're just like, "Oh shit!" Like we didn't think about that. Like not that they were purposely doing that; it just inadvertently ended up being like.
They live in a bubble, basically. So that's why I said I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see what they do in year 2. This is the first year. They just invited all their friends, all their popular friends,
their own small circle. But what you say, Ethos, you acting like it's gonna change though. It doesn't matter what type of backlash that they may have gotten because there wasn't any diversity besides, it's basically just Caucasian and Asian people here who were nominated. But you think they're going to change and be like, oh, we got to make sure we put some black people on the list. They're going to be like, well, we have T-Pain there, so that counts, right? T-Pain was like one of the only ones who I recognized, and I think Miskiff. I don't think
you only get an invite if you're like a celebrity when you're black. Like you have to be you gotta be flying. Yeah, that's crazy.
They're not going to change those ethos. I don't see this changing. I don't
believe it.
I see the same people going to be on the same nominee list, from year after year. So
yeah, I mean, I have no expectation that it would change at all. It would be nice, but I'm not trying to be, because the thing is, I want it to happen naturally. I don't want it to be, a bunch of people got mad at them and outcried about it. Oh, we better shape up now because we're getting outclassed. We're like, it should just be something.
You don't want to hang out where you're not welcome.
Exactly.
So
I
what
want
are
to be
they-
there.
yeah, this is
I don't
also
want
true,
to.
it's
Yeah,
awkward.
like I wouldn't want to be invited to this event because I know, like, oh, we're just trying to fill in the quota or something like that. Like, I don't want to be no token invite. Like, don't even do that. To me.
What you gonna do? You gonna add a category best
For black
diversity
people.
streamer?
Best black
Yeah,
people.
best black person.
Best
on
of the
Twitch.
blacks.
I just
Come on,
found
man,
it.
like, you want
I
that
just
shit.
found it really fascinating that I saw 4 different G4 members that were there, and they were white and Asian, and I didn't get an invite. I didn't see GB there. Interesting.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you this though. Be glad, because maybe they were saving you, because if you would have went, your face probably would have been like, who the hell? Like, these are all the same people. You probably would have had the same thoughts you had, man. I don't see no black people here, so why am I even here? So just be glad that you didn't get invited. You probably didn't want to go anyways.
Yeah, they sent you for year 2.
Yeah, they did it for your own good, man, for your own mental health.
I'm trying to network. I'm trying to get some money, bro.
Nah, I feel you, because it probably was some heavy hitters there. So I mean, yeah, you could have networked, but
It is what it is.
as
Well,
far
maybe
as like the
maybe
actual
one
wars,
day,
whatever.
maybe one day we'll be in the conversation, man, because we're still seeing these narratives on Twitter, man. Where's the black gamer male group?
And that's the show for today. That's the show for today.
Bro,
All right, let's wrap
I mean,
it up. That's the
if
show
you
for
want
today.
to talk about it,
That's the show. That's the show for today.
Nah, I don't want to hear them niggas bows, bro.
I don't want to hear, bro. I am not getting no Twitters. I'm just trying to get this money, bro.
Just wish there was a black male gaming group that just uplift people. Anyways, well, you guys got anything? That's all we got on the show notes. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add to the show?
Nope.
Okay,
Nah, this has been the podcast full of content. We talked about Elden Ring for a long
Like
time,
40
y'all.
minutes.
So yeah, hopefully y'all are happy about that.
Cool. Well, you got the floor, JG. What is your closing statement for Gaming Illuminati episode 123? Go.
Yes, sir. That was so funny. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, I appreciate everybody for listening to the pod. My bad that we missed the week, but we have some things. We have some things planned. So at that point it's gonna be affecting our money, so we can't afford to be this episode. So we gotta really figure it out. But like I said, we making some moves, y'all. Making some moves in the background. I told myself in 2022, I'm not going to talk about these things publicly until they actually happen. I need to see contract, I need to see the actual money, but just know, we still working on things. And at the end of the day, not even trying to get it to, what we were just saying, but we always trying to enlighten to you. That was literally the point of GI. So we're going to continue to do that, talk about games, talk about whatever, life stuff, try to help y'all out as well. And but overall, we trying to get this fucking money.
True. Ethos, closing statement for episode 123. Go.
I love being black. That's it.
All right. And my closing statement for episode 123 is be sure to rate the show 5 stars on Spotify. I want us to get to 1,800. We're currently sitting at 1,500. There's no reason why we can't get 300 of you at least to hit 5 stars on Spotify. And if you're on Apple, hit 5 stars too, guys. God damn it. Matter of fact, open up both apps at the same time. One will occupy half of your screen, the other half, and hit 5 stars at the same time. You gotta be cross-eyed to do this shit, okay? All right. Other than that, we appreciate everybody listening. Hit the like button if you're watching the video version at youtube.com/GI updates. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Gaming Illuminati podcast. Peace.